Are you team Chris Rock or team Will Smith?
I'm team Chris Rock.
I know everybody's talking about this and everyone's sick of hearing about it at this point. I want to talk about the after effects real quick. I'll make this fast because this is fascinating. We all saw what happened, but here's the take of some people whose mentality I just don't understand. Forbes magazine, March 28th. Here's a direct quote to the article. While talking about Will Smith's behavior, don't forget to also talk about the system that helped create it. I don't know what they're referring to. Canadian CRT critical race theory theorist Teo Barrow wrote an article, White Outrage About Will Smith's Slap is Rooted in Anti-Blackness. It's inequality in plain sight. I love how people are interjecting all kinds of stuff into this. It's just a guy who offended another guy's wife and he smacked him. I don't know what this has to do with racism. Here's another one. Heating Six, that's the person's name. Chris Rock's one joke was rooted in misogynoir, that's a new word, misogynoir, texturism, and ableism. I love how the vocabulary just keeps being invented by progressives. Degrading a Black woman in a room full of her peers on live TV. The fact y'all don't see this as violent is beyond me. I think the violent part was when he smacked Chris Rock in the face. Here's another one by Shea Stewart Booley. Black emotions scare white people. That is quite clear. Y'all shook because you are used to seeing your favorite Black people wear their masks. Huh? Let me just begin with, huh? Grace Randolph. Will Smith wins Best Actor. He is still clearly very shaken by what was said about Jada, his choice to stand up for her, and the abuse that goes on today of public figures, people of color, and more. He will surely speak on this all week. But the person who made the comment was also a person of color. So that this doesn't make any sense. Here's another one by Yu Lin Nu, Asian woman. It is violence to mock someone's health condition and vulnerability. It is violence to physically assault someone, no shit. It is violence to not take responsibility for violent actions, okay? It is violence to allow and excuse violence. It is violence to call for violence. I think this woman needs to take a writing course because she's a bit redundant. Sophie Hagen. I think that Will Smith should wait, look at Hands On and Hang On, and I'm quite white. I guess this woman's white. So maybe I don't need to have an opinion on what a Black man did to another Black man because of what he said about his Black wife. Maybe I should just shut up and listen. So we can't have an opinion on this now because we're not Black? Here's another one from the New York Post. Most Americans blame Chris Rock over the viral Will Smith slap. There was a poll that was taken. Now, you and I are both team Chris Rock, so I don't understand how that's the case. New York Times says that Jada Pinkett Smith shouldn't have to take a joke, and neither should you. Okay, so we've all lost our sense of humor. No one can poke fun at anybody else. I don't even think Chris knew she had alopecia, even though she said she was proud of it and didn't have a problem with it, but then rolled her eyes and sent Will up to, and then did you see after he smacked Chris Rock how she was laughing about it? I love Jada Pinkett Smith. She seems like a class act all the way. I could go on and on, but this just is indicative of people trying to inject things into stuff that has nothing to do with anything. It was just one dude smacking another dude because he ripped on his wife. I thought the joke was pretty benign. It's like it was like Chris said, it's a G.I. Jane joke. Will, lighten up. What do you think is going on with Will Smith? Because honestly, he has my sympathy. I think Will Smith is in a tough situation, and I feel bad for the dude because I think he's going through some stuff, and it just came out there. But I think Jada is really the villain in this scenario. What's your take?
I think that, Jada has that table talk and she always just puts their business out there. And then most of the time Will looks bad. And so, especially with the whole thing with August Alsina. And so he's just trying to, I guess, just win over his wife. But I think she even said she wish he didn't do it. I don't even know if she's happy that he did it.
I guess the rapper who's half her age, who she slept with, is releasing a song, just came out recently about this thing.
The entanglement.
Yeah. It's just,
he already released one song that was actually pretty good.
I feel so bad for Will Smith. I mean, I know he's a jerk for doing what he did, but I wouldn't want to be in his shoes. Let's just put it that way.
Jada had a thing for Tupac. Somebody joked and said when Will came back that Jada said, well, Tupac would have shot him.
Oh my God. Well, a video just came out yesterday, I think, where she was recording him. And the first thing he said is, look, you got to let me know before you start recording. You got to ask me. And she guffawed at him. And I'm thinking, this poor guy is in an abusive relationship. Like, Will, just divorce her already, dude. Move on. I know you got kids, but they're old enough. Like, you got to divorce this woman. She's destroying your reputation, your psyche, your mentality. I feel bad for the guy.
So that begs the question. If you were to slap somebody in pharmacy, who would you slap?
Oh, I have a list. You want to go first?
For me, I could think of a couple of district managers, and the person I'd like to probably smack the most is whoever makes the pharmacy budget, because their math is terrible because we're always understaffed. So I'd like to smack them.
All right, I have an extensive list here. It's mostly customer oriented. The person who says, well, that never happened before, or it was never that much before. I love the before people. I want to smack them. I didn't realize you closed at this time. It's like, lady, the hours to this pharmacy have been posted ever since the building was erected. I'm sorry you don't know what the hours are, but they've been there forever. So I'm not going to apologize for your ignorance, in other words. I like when you answer the phone, pharmacist, this is the pharmacy, and they say, is this the pharmacy? Of course, you can't smack anyone through the phone, but I wish I could. The starer, the person that stares at you, hoping you'll move faster because they stare at you. I want to smack that guy.
Oh yeah, they deserve a smack.
The person who says, excuse me, before they're even at the pharmacy counter yet, I want to smack those people because they're interrupting you. They're breaking your concentration. They want immediate attention. The people who complain about the price, despite the fact that it has never changed in the last 15 years, it's the same price it always is. Why do you complain about the price every time you come in? You want to smack that guy? The kid in sunglasses and the baseball cap who's bringing in the oxycodone prescription, I want to smack that kid. The druggies asking for needles, I want to smack them. The person holding me up right before my lunch break, like I want to close, some pharmacies actually close for lunch and I'm about ready to lower my window and they're holding me up. I'm like, lady, you're cutting into my break time. Again, the hours are clearly posted. You know that we go on break at this time. I just want to close the window. Well, smack her first and then close the window. The dude that's angry that I need his insurance card or that the drug is out of stock. Like, these are things that are beyond my control. The people who struggle over the card payment device, when they swipe their ATM card and then they hit clear instead of enter, I want to smack those people. The people who, with grocery, non-pharmacy related questions, people who debate me about the wait time. I love those people, I want to smack them. People who hesitate to hand me their prescriptions. It's like, just hand it to me already. I don't need a prologue, just give it to me. Mumblers and low talkers and non-English speakers, because they make our job harder than it needs to be. This is political. All post-menopausal female baby boomers who vote Democrat, I want to smack them. The crazy Xanax Valium ladies, they drive me nuts. The Ned Flanders friendly question guy who won't shut the fuck up, I want to smack him. The guy who bitches that his copay for his high blood pressure medicine went up from $5 to $10, but pays cash for his Cialis. I want to smack him. Half of the supervisors I've worked for, I want to smack half of them, and 80% of the technicians who have worked for me, and 99% of the grocery personnel I've been stuck with. There's my list.
I think I will add to the list. When I used to work overnights, the people who wanted pain medicine that would show up at 11:59, because it was too soon till the next day, so they would literally show up, or the people who are at the pharmacy before you open, or as soon as you open, they're just standing out there before you even have time to open up the gates. It's like, can we get a warm up like in the NBA? They get the little warm up where they could